see. No. So I go to read, but as I'm reading, I'm loud. Show me the money. So I thought he lost his place.
Well, that nobody had ever brought it over to sport or boxing. So to live that gimmick, there's a lot of lies. There's a lot of embellishment that has to take place.
Or I'm doing exhibition. It's like, oh man, he's broke. No, it's not a crime for them to make money. They don't say nothing about the guys that's 80 and 90 that's still making hundreds of millions and billions.
Jamie Foxx has taken aim at Floyd Mayweather, criticizing him as alleged leaked financial records raise fresh questions about the boxer's wealth. Foxx urged viewers to look beyond appearances, arguing that real influence cannot simply be measured by money. With Mayweather facing increasing legal pressure, Foxx suggested that the image surrounding his fortune may be starting to fall apart.
We're about to go to war. Because that's what I think litigation is. Litigation is war. It's a battle to the death. And I'm not talking about no bullshit either. I'm talking about some Jean-Claude Van Damme ass-kicking shit. Now, I know y'all looking at me crazy, but that's how I like to get. And if we don't get crazy with these motherfuckers, I'm telling you, this Lauren group, they're powerful. Got a lot of money, got a lot of influence. They have everything that we don't. But we're not gonna let them intimidate us.
Mayweather frequently says the biggest challenges come from people he once trusted. According to him, whenever he announces another business venture, members of his own inner circle are quick to claim that he's running out of money. He maintains that his exhibition bouts are carefully planned opportunities rather than attempts to solve financial problems. Critics, however, interpret those same moves as evidence that he may be under financial pressure. Mayweather believes the criticism is strongest when he's succeeding, arguing that envy is behind much of the negativity directed at him. Even so, some observers question why a man who portrays himself as financially secure continues to defend and explain his decisions so often.
But soon as someone black, when my career is over as far as me in a combat sport, as far as boxing, whatever, if I'm promoting on social media or I'm doing exhibition, it's like, oh man, he's broke. No, it's not a crime for them to make money. They don't say nothing about the guys that's 80 and 90 that's still making hundreds of millions and billions, but soon as somebody black does it, your people, your own people say, oh, he's broke. Listen, I'm not here to talk about no one else's pockets because I got to where I got to focusing on Floyd Mayweather. That's how I got to becoming 50-0. Because my thing was always, I didn't care what nobody else was doing. I had to focus on me and my family.
UFC veteran Chael Sonnen has emerged as one of Floyd Mayweather's most outspoken detractors. Sonnen has repeatedly questioned the accuracy of Mayweather's reported fight earnings, pointing to instances where Floyd allegedly said he earned around $20 million for a bout, while Sonnen claimed the actual amount was significantly lower, reportedly closer to $8 million.
So I feel, because I know the real number, that I can't let it go. I must come to you guys. I have a journalistic obligation to come and inform you guys it's actually 8 million and he's exaggerating. Okay, fine. I mean, right, like, all right. I don't really know what we're arguing about here. I'll just share with you. Floyd came out with the money team. Now, the money team is not real, so you understand. The money team has no ability to put on a fight, but Floyd claims the money team. He gets announcers, including Buffer, to announce in conjunction with the money team. The money team's not real. That's not somebody you can sign with. That's not somebody you can count on. That is not a phone number that you can call, talk to the secretary to try to get lunch set up with the boss. There is no office. And most importantly, there's no bank account. It's not real. So I'm going to come out. I must set the record straight. Floyd is not actually a promoter, even though he has a promoter's license. Floyd has no distribution. I just must do that. Why do I have to do that? It's some level of jealousy, right? What do I care if he's working this? I'm a promoter gimmick. Then he comes out above everything, right? And he's calling his own fight. Floyd's going to fight Conor next year. They're going to rematch. Why would I'm in talks? You're in talks with who? If you, in fact, are a promoter, the money team, go make the fight. But he can't make the fight because he's not a real promoter. Why do I feel the need to point that out? What is that inside of me? So Floyd is then going, I'm going back in time, Floyd is then going to go do wrestling?
Sonnen believes Mayweather places greater importance on maintaining a certain image than on presenting the full financial picture. He argues that impressive figures can easily attract attention, but they become harder to defend when examined more closely. Given Mayweather's reported career earnings of more than $1 billion, Sonnen sees the apparent difference between those public statements and the financial records being discussed as a reason for further questions.
The motivation behind getting into a ring again to box when he said he's retired, why? Why do it?
Floyd's broke. You got to understand, the only thing more embellished than Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers is Floyd Mayweather's net worth, and he made a lot of money. But remember this, it does not matter what you made, it matters what you kept, and he is a dum-dum.
So anyone, Floyd's made $1 billion. Floyd has gotten $300 million for Pacquiao, $300 million for McGregor. That might be true, but that money does not exist anymore. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, so Mike Tyson, he did real well too. Evander Holyfield, again, it's not what you made. And don't forget, boxing and MMA math, whatever that number is, you get 30% of. So 30% of $1 billion.
Although Mayweather has repeatedly presented himself as extraordinarily wealthy, his name has continued to appear in disputes involving unpaid obligations. Reports have alleged outstanding balances with various individuals and businesses, including claims connected to high-end purchases that were never fully settled. That creates an obvious question. If his finances are as strong as he claims, why do creditors continue to pursue him for payment? Allegations involving diamond-covered jewelry transactions and property matters in Dubai have only added to the scrutiny. Taken together, these claims paint a picture that appears difficult to reconcile with the image of unlimited wealth Mayweather publicly promotes.
Imagine working for someone whose whole persona is money, 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 and you don't get paid. Well, that's exactly what it is for employees of Floyd Mayweather. Employees of his Los Angeles gym accused Floyd Mayweather of bankruptcy after failing to pay them. I mean, he's still buying stuff. Portfolio valued at $10 billion, including 18 office buildings spanning. I mean, he can do all this, but he can't pay his employees' salaries. $10 billion portfolio, 18 office buildings spanning 10 million square feet. Like what? Another deal he finalized with a 20 million property in Manhattan. Financial troubles. Despite these high-profile purchases, allegations of unpaid wages at Mayweather's Los Angeles gym have sparked significant backlash. Employees claim that they haven't received paychecks, prompting a public protest outside the facility on Highland Avenue. One protester held a sign accusing Mayweather of modern-day slavery, while another noted that the money team has no money. Even if you work for a different company and if you ain't getting paid, you're scared to show up and say something because you know how businesses do. They silence you and they fire you. The employees alleged violations of California Labor Code 210, which mandates penalties for late wages. First-time violations can include fines between $100 to $200 and unpaid wages beyond the 30 days entitled work to a full day pay for every day delayed. That is crazy. Money team ain't got no money. Apparently it's not the first time too. They had one in Elk Grove and it closed down because the landlord sued for a non-payment of $30,000 in rent. Now the LA gym facing closure. Employees are questioning whether Mayweather himself is aware of the financial.
One of the more troubling allegations involving Mayweather concerned a jewelry transaction connected to Rapatigga and a Miami-based jeweler. The parties reportedly used a broker to arrange the purchase of expensive pieces, including watches valued in the millions. However, the jeweler claimed that Mayweather failed to finish paying for the items. The allegation further fueled doubts about the actual state of Floyd's finances. Critics argue that someone genuinely holding $1.2 billion in wealth should not be facing accusations over unpaid luxury watch purchases.
This is how Floyd Mayweather and Tyga might get away without paying $4 million in jewelry. So a lot of wealthy people buy assets or luxury items under business entities. This allows them to pay less tax while also having protection against lawsuits personally. In this case, Tyga and Floyd used a watch broker and some upfront cash to make the deal go through. But as the days passed, no payment was made on the balance that was due, and even their agent admitted they owed $4 million. So what these two did is they signed and paid using a business, and then before paying the full amount, gifted it to themselves on behalf of the business that bought it. Therefore, the broker can't go after Floyd or Tyga because they didn't buy it from them personally. A business that they may control bought it and then gifted it to them, but in this sense is completely separate. But what they did is how the rich get richer. Us in our daily lives have no protection from lawsuits, but as soon as you use a business, the laws completely change. So I'm not saying you should do this or that they'll even get away with this, but it's definitely an interesting way to get expensive jewelry cheaper.
Yeah. That's the shot. But you know what it is? I think obviously with Floyd, he gets the biggest percentage of the purse, isn't it?
Yeah, but he can still get the biggest percentage of the purse.
Yeah, but Ricky Hatton's gonna want more. He'll want more. He'll want more. Yeah.
But I'm sure when they fought in their heyday, Floyd got more.
Yeah, of course.
So, you know what I'm saying?
No, but Floyd wants like 95% more. 90% more. You know what I'm saying? It's not like...
He's like 95-5. Yeah, that's how he likes to do it, innit? Because I'm not gonna lie, if Floyd fought Ricky, both of them now, catch weight 154, O2 Arena, it will sell out.
It will sell out.
Boxing great Roy Jones Jr. has also questioned the impact Mayweather had on the sport beyond his financial achievements. Jones recognizes that Floyd built an enormous fortune, but believes the emphasis on wealth changed boxing's priorities in an unhealthy way. From Jones's perspective, Mayweather became more focused on securing enormous payouts than helping the sport grow as a whole. He argues that many of Floyd's biggest events were driven primarily by financial rewards, creating an example for younger fighters to chase money instead of pursuing lasting greatness. In Jones's assessment, Mayweather succeeded financially, but boxing may have paid a price for that shift in values.
Not because he did a great job, but he did it for himself, and it worked for him. But everybody now wants the Mayweather concept because Mayweather made so much money, staying undefeated, waiting till the right time to fight Pacquiao, finding the right people to fight at the right time. He monopolized the business. But the problem was, it only made him money and the people he was fighting. It didn't make money for the whole sport. So what he did himself a great job, but it hurt the sport because now everybody wants to fight, stay undefeated. You understand me? Me, it's like when two guys get hit, they gotta meet. Wait. They was here 5 years ago. Yeah. They should have met. You understand me? Because now we probably could have got 3 good fights out of it. You understand me? But because we waited too long, the problem what people don't understand is tomorrow's not promised to nobody. Guess what?
Mayweather once stated that his real estate holdings included 62 buildings across Manhattan, but business insiders soon questioned the claim after finding no clear evidence to support it. The statement was therefore viewed by critics as another example of Floyd potentially overstating the scale of his wealth. Real estate professionals noted that controlling a portfolio of that size would demand enormous financial resources along with substantial ongoing management. According to the criticism, there has been little visible evidence demonstrating that Mayweather maintains such an extensive operation. As a result, some insiders have characterized the claim as a publicity-driven move designed to reinforce his wealthy image, despite questions about his finances.
The biggest flexer in the culture, Floyd Mayweather, would take to Instagram to announce that he just bought multifamily units in Manhattan for $400 million, all right? He would say he got 62 properties exact, took a photo op, the multifamily units is in the back, and he would say this is money out of his own pocket, and he had no investors.
Floyd Mayweather Jr., there's a story circulating that Business Insider did talking about this $400 million property deal that he had been discussing here in New York City. But now, according to Business Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties, and it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Here is what Floyd Mayweather had said at the time on a video that he posted on his Instagram.
I love bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
Oscar de la Hoya, who has competed against Mayweather and later worked as a promoter, has been highly critical of Floyd's approach to money. De la Hoya argued that athletes who maintain an excessively expensive lifestyle can eventually exhaust even enormous fortunes. He suggested that Mayweather may have placed too much emphasis on immediate spending instead of preparing financially for the years beyond his boxing career. In his view, Earning large sums does not guarantee lasting wealth if those finances are not managed responsibly. His warning reflects a broader concern within boxing that Mayweather's spending habits could eventually create serious consequences. Mayweather has also made some extraordinary statements about his income, including a claim that he was bringing in $3 million every month, which he said exceeded what Bill Gates earned. Financial analysts questioned the credibility of that figure and described it as difficult to sustain. Gates' fortune has been supported by investments and businesses capable of generating value on a much larger scale, whereas Mayweather's income has largely been tied to boxing-related ventures, promotional activities, and endorsements that can vary considerably over time.
And Floyd Mayweather says he makes $300 million a month, which is $3.6 billion a year. He makes more money than Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all of those guys. So I say all that to say this. The money that Canelo was looking for, they can easily come up with that money. Floyd Mayweather got it.
Well, listen, let me put it this way to you. If he makes what did he say, $300 million a month?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm 6'4" and 240. And I know I'm 5'8" and a half and 240. So there you go. There's no way. There's that. If he makes $3 million a month on his investments, that's a lot. $36 million a year. That's a lot. So I know guys that are worth, $500-600 million, plenty of them, and they don't make $36 million a year, let alone $300 million a month. So there you go.
During a particularly surprising week, reports alleged that Mayweather spent approximately $5 million on real estate and a private jet. Although Floyd's extravagant lifestyle is well known, the reported scale of these purchases attracted fresh attention from financial observers. The spending also prompted questions about how he could continue making major acquisitions while facing scrutiny over alleged unpaid taxes. Some former members of Mayweather's inner circle have also begun discussing what they claim happens away from the spotlight. One former bodyguard reportedly described a major disconnect between Floyd's public image of enormous wealth and the financial reality he witnessed personally. According to the bodyguard, Mayweather appears to live according to an exaggerated vision of his own wealth, while circumstances behind the scenes are much less secure. He further alleged that Floyd sometimes puts off paying members of his staff while continuing to prioritize appearances, luxury, and maintaining his wealthy image.
What would you say is more difficult, being a celebrity bodyguard or being a cop?
Oh man, those are two completely different things.
Really?
Yeah. So being a cop, when you leave the job for the day, you're still kind of in the back of your mind, just like situations, right? With bodyguarding, you are on him like glue all the time. So if something happens to him, guess whose problem it is? That's on you or me or whatever the case is, So you're always checking, and especially with celebrities, everyone outside of their circle, even some people in their circle, are always looking to get a one-up or, hey, what can I do to benefit myself more than him? Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Which is... Most bullshit happens inside the circle, honestly.
Jake Paul intensified the financial debate surrounding Mayweather by claiming that Floyd has already run out of money, even if the public has not recognized it yet. Paul suggested that the expensive cars, jewelry, and other displays of wealth could be masking a very different financial situation. He cited reported lawsuits, outstanding debts, and Floyd's continued involvement in exhibition bouts as reasons to question his financial stability. Although Paul's comments were controversial, they reflected a wider belief among critics that Mayweather's enormous wealth image may not match his actual circumstances. Mayweather has also faced criticism for taking part in exhibition matches that carry relatively little competitive significance. In response, he has explained that these appearances give him an opportunity to pass his experience and abilities on to younger audiences. Floyd has maintained that exhibitions allow him to perform without exposing himself to the same level of physical danger associated with serious professional competition. Critics, however, interpret the events differently, viewing them primarily as lucrative opportunities that could provide income while avoiding any acknowledgement of financial difficulties.
Case my talent and give people just a glimpse of, what I was doing when I was at the height of my career. When I was at the pinnacle of my career, so just being able to just travel the world and put on shows, put on exhibition bouts, and still sell out arenas, it's a great feeling. But The fans love it. Now, I truly believe if I took a lot of abuse in the sport of boxing throughout my career, then I probably wouldn't still be doing exhibitions or putting on boxing showcases. But I didn't really take no abuse in the sport of boxing, so I feel like I can continue to go out there, have fun, and put on shows throughout the world.
It's crazy that everybody keep asking me, why you not coming back to fight? Why you not coming back to fight? So I look at the fight game, I said, okay. I said, fighters fighting, they make 3 million, 4 million, 6 million, 7 million. Some may make 10 or 20 million, but I'm doing exhibitions and I'm making 20, 25 million, 100 million for exhibitions. So why would I come back and fight and get a guaranteed 35 million when I'm doing exhibitions and getting 100 million?
Imagine playing basketball and getting 40 million for a fucking preseason game.
That's real money.
And I get all mine up front.
A recent controversy emerged after Mayweather publicly supported an organization known as McGann David Adam. Some observers questioned whether the move was genuinely motivated by charity or whether financial considerations played a larger role. Critics pointed to Floyd's history of becoming involved with controversial business opportunities and partnerships, particularly during periods when questions about his finances arise. His public association with the organization therefore attracted skepticism, with some suggesting that the potential financial benefits mattered more than philanthropy. As Mayweather continues pursuing new business relationships, critics argue that he may be placing immediate financial opportunities ahead of protecting his long-term reputation.
Join me in expressing heartfelt gratitude to Magen David Adom, the Israel response team. No matter who you are, gender, race, or religion, they are there to provide elite medical care and support. With over 30,000 dedicated volunteers from diverse backgrounds, they are the true heroes of Israel Emergency Response Team. In these tough times, let's rally together and support Israel Red Cross. Your support and contribution, no matter what size, can help save more lives.
That wraps up today's video. Thanks for watching, and be sure to stay tuned for what's coming next.